Most of us are unable to control our emotions. Majority of us are unable to cope with situations of this life or the things that we go through in the hands of others. And that is why we need detachment. Yes, we need detachment in order to save ourselves from emotional turmoil or emotional trauma. Because majority of the things that we go through are because of our attachment to people that we love or people that we are concerned about. Those that we cherish or wishes well, most times are the people that cause us the pains that we go through. And it becomes so difficult for us to overcome those pains because of the people that are involved in causing us those pains. And so for us to be free or to be healed or be completely free from those things that we go through, we need to detach ourselves from them. Yes, we need detachment, not necessarily physically you moving away from the person, but you need detachment mentally. Yes, we need to detach ourselves from such situations or people in order to get our heads clear, get ourselves balanced, and keep going in life. We need to be clear in our mind as to what to do with ourselves. And for us to be able to be clear in our mind, we need to detach ourselves emotionally from those who are causing us those pains that we cannot bear or deal with. We need this detachment in order to save we ourselves. When we are detached from such situations or people, we become clear in our minds. We think properly. We take the right decision. Yes, and that is what we need in order to be safe, in order to get our self-confidence, in order to be healthy mentally, emotionally, to be able to move around our day-to-day activities. Yes, when we are detached, it helps us to be clear in our mind, for us to be able to take good decisions that will impact our lives positively. If we are able to detach ourselves from such people in our minds, it does not only make us to take good decisions, but it helps us not to be desperate or be anxious or be expectant of anything from such people, because we know that depending on them or dependence on them only makes us feel less of a person or who we are. So we need to detach ourselves mentally from those people in order to be clear in our mind, to take decisions that will help us, and also to be able to do things that will improve our lives. We need to also take charge of our lives. When we take charge of our lives, we tend to forget those people who make us miserable in this life. Even if we cannot forget them completely, it's when we take charge of our lives, thinking progressive things that will help us improve in this life, we forget them for the time being. And as time goes on, before we realize it, we wean ourselves from them. So we need to detach ourselves by trying to do things that will help us positively. Let's take charge of our lives. Let's discipline ourselves. It is not easy though, but when we practice, they say practice makes man perfect. When we learn to do things that are progressive, things that will benefit us, things that will help us improve in this life, when we begin to look for things that we can do in order to take our attention from those things that are weighing us down, we are detaching ourselves. That is why it is very necessary for us to detach ourselves in order to get ourselves going, get ourselves back on track, in order to fulfill our divine destiny or purposes on this life. We need that detachment for our own good, because when you are always attached to the person or the people mentally, it will always weigh you down. You will always be dependent or dependent on them, so you cannot take decision on your own. Their decisions matters, and every activities of theirs affect you negatively, and you realize that you are just a shadow of yourself. Though you are living or you are matured enough to take your own decision, but you don't know what is right for you, because your mind all is on what those people will tell you or what they say, or you get affected by the things that they say to you, so you are unable to take right decisions, or you are undecisive as to what to do and what not to do, because you are always not clear in your mind what you will do next that they will say or they will rubbish. So it is important for us, if we really want to see change in our lives, we need to take ourselves, our attention, from things or situation, environment, from people that makes our lives unbearable or influence us negatively. We need to win ourselves from those people or from those environments or from those situations, in order to become a better version of ourselves. Yes, we need to, when we detach ourselves from such environment or such people, to it trains us to become independent. We become independent in such a way that we know what is good for us. We take decision on our own, not minding what someone else will say. So far as it is a good decision for us, we end up taking it in order to improve our own lives. We are no longer bothered about what they say, what they do to us. Their actions and inactions no longer bother us or no longer affect us. When you try your possible best to do things that will improve your life, before you know it, you gradually win yourselves from those people, or completely detach yourselves from those people. Even if not completely, you will realize that some way, somehow, you have detached yourself from such negative environments or situations or negative people that are weighing you down in life. So for us all to be able to take the right decision to improve in this life, to succeed actually, or to see growth, let us learn to detach ourselves from things that are bringing us down, that are making us unproductive. Because when you are confused up there, when you have so many things that are disturbing you in your mind, you realize that you are not productive. Even if you go to work, you are unable to work because, or you are unable to work properly, because you have a lot going on in your mind. You have a lot thinking about. You have a lot that you are worrying yourself about. So let us all learn to detach ourselves from situations that are making us unproductive in this life. Let us make ourselves happy. We cannot get happiness from anyone. We cannot be productive through anyone unless we ourselves we want to. Whatever we need or desire in this life is with God and within ourselves. So let us put our mind to whatever we want to achieve in this life. Do it, focus on ourselves, believe in ourselves that we can also be able to do whatever it is that we want to do in this life. And above all, let us trust in the Lord, and everything shall be all right with us. Lovely viewers, if you have watched me up to this point, may God bless you for doing so. Kindly do well to subscribe to the channel if you have not yet done. Like the video and also turn on the notification bell. God bless you. My name is Mary Asay, and this is Maryland Official. See you guys in my next video. Bye for now.